line now this lunchtime. So firstly, congratulations, Johnny. And how do you feel now you've made the announcement? Has it sunk in?
Yes, listen, I've been thinking about it for a while. I spoke to everybody involved, and it's great to read all the reports in the papers this morning. It just brings you back to all the great people you've been associated with, the great horses, and I'm grateful to the owners who put me on the horses, the trainers I rode for, and as I said, the good horses. I've ridden over the years, because without the horses, I wouldn't be where I am today.
When did you first sort of think about making that decision? Did you want it to come off the back of a very good season like you had last season, one of your best?
Well, listen, I just didn't think it was going to be able to work both ways this year. I just thought, with more horses involved, more people involved, the standards I set last year were pretty high. I wanted to keep that kind of standard going, and I knew deep down that being a trainer, being a jockey, it just wouldn't have worked this year. I want to give the training, 100% of my attention at the moment. I enjoy it. I enjoy being with the horse every day, and that's why I came up with that decision just there over the weekend.
As punters, we have our favourites that you've ridden to success, whether it be the Sindars, the Yateses. Do you have a favourite horse, or perhaps a most memorable race that you've won looking back?
Joey, when I look back in my career, there were so many great days. Things went so well that I really be unfair to pick one above the other. But there is those special days to look back on, and as I said, I always went out there to give my best, to give it 100%, and that's I love racing, I love everything about it. It's a great sport to be involved. From a punter's point of view, it's the excitement of it, and then people who love horses, they get to see the best horses in the world run at the best racetracks, on any given day. And being a jockey, you're not just confined to one meeting. You can go to any meetings. Like, I look at Tony McCoy, and you can go any day of the week to any meeting around England, and you can meet probably the greatest of all time. So it's it's a brilliant sport. It's brilliant to be in it, and I'm going to continue being it, because, as I said, I aim to be going to all those big meetings again, not as a jockey but as a trainer.
Looking back, how about then the best horse perhaps that you've ridden? I know it's very difficult for you to choose, but is there a best one?
Couldn't say. I've ridden, again, when you go down the list of horses I've ridden, it'd be very unfair to pick one above the other, but there's just so many of them. I've ridden like the best horses in the world definitely over the last 10 to 15 years, so I wouldn't like to fall out with those nice owners and pick one above the other, because they were just brilliant horses. And
you'll probably find it hard to answer my next question then. I just wondered if there's anyone you particularly enjoyed working for the most. You notched up some fantastic partnerships and relationships over the years, or if that's too hard to answer, then perhaps one person that you'd like to thank and who really helped shape your career, Johnny.
No, listen, again, I've ridden for the best trainers. I've ridden for the X's, the O'Briens, the Stouts, the Fanshaws, Ger Lyons, for good friends, and more so than kind of working relationships, we became friends, and we still are. Like, I can ring them up on any given day, and then you can look at the owners I've ridden for. Tiny Khan, the Coolmore team, Sheikh Mohammed's team. I've ridden for them all, and I'd hate, again, to pick one above the other, because you're riding for those people, for them couple of minutes that you're in control of the horse, like, they're trusting you with their pride and joy, to do the best you can and to win those big races for them. So there's a lot of trust involved, and I became, as I said, not just working relationships, great friends with all those top people down through the years, and I look forward to working for them again in a different way now.
You've worked very hard, Johnny, over the years, and plenty of people, when paying tribute to you, have said how professional and how dedicated you are, and how much conviction you put into everything. We talked about the glory days, but what about the day-to-day battle, I'll call it, but with your weight? Was that something you really had to work hard at?
It is, and I suppose, like my father used to always say to me, hard work never killed anybody, and how true he was. I'm a great believer of you only get out of what you put in, so I really wanted to, when you work hard from the Mondays to the Fridays, the Saturdays then, they're worthwhile and you get the rewards then. Won't miss the Monday to Friday hard graft, running every day, taking off 3-4 pound every day. I'm not going to miss that part of it. And, but, as I said again, people in general, like, you get out of what life was put into it. And as I said, I worked hard. I deserve to be there. And that's one thing I said when I got to the big days. I never was fazed by it because I deserve to be there. I worked hard. I deserve to be there. And now, are you going to shirk the issue in the big day? No way. I was always going to be true to myself, give it 110%. And if I wasn't good enough, I'd say I wasn't good enough. And that's what I feel. That's why I came with this decision. I think I would have been able to give both careers 110%, and that's what didn't sit well with me.
So who, Johnny, will you miss most in the weighing room? Or should I say, who won't you miss?
Listen, I'll miss the weighing room the most. It's a brilliant, brilliant place. I can't tell you what goes on in there because, there's some great crack, some good stories, some characters, some different people, I would definitely miss it. I've a lot of great friends, I've met through racing. Even, as I say, my valets in both England and Ireland, I'll miss them every day, meeting them and having a chat about them and seeing how things are and, different jockeys, different jockeys have different ways of showing how they are and you kind of get to know them all. I must pay tribute to the one person who was, I suppose since we've been together over the last 10, 15 years, my Eddie Byrne. Like, he's done a wonderful job. I know he took it well, the news, but maybe deep down he was really, he's probably the saddest person. It was the phone call I had to make. But he's done a wonderful job for me. He's so honest. People like him because he tells the truth. And if you're booked on a horse, that's it. Whether a better one comes along or not, he's very, very true to his word. I worked with him. I've never had a cross word with him. I know my kids keep saying I'm always giving out to him, but no, he's a brilliant, brilliant man. And again, I look forward to working for him again in the future in a different capacity.
So what are you looking forward to most, Johnny, as a trainer? I mean, you won some pretty big races already last year, but on the horizon?
Well, looking forward to the same again. As I said, I've had high standards. I've got a lot of nice horses, so I'll be aiming to be at the Royal Ascots, the Yorks, the Curras, the Leopardstowns, But I just want to get horses and train to the best of their ability. Look after owners properly, treat them in the right manner, tell them everything about their horse. And, again, it's like me, I'm going to give it 110%. And it's got me, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be hard-working. It's got me this far in my career, and I think it'll carry through to the training.
So you intend to expand, or you already have, and train for plenty of new owners then? Is that the intention?
Yes, we have expanded this year from last year. We've got 22 boxes. We're up to, we've 45 horses in at the moment. So, yeah, we're always looking to expand. We're always looking to get better. I've worked with the top trainers. I see what they do. I see the effort they have to put in. And, got a good team, good staff. We've 10 staff now at the moment, and it's going really well. And as I said, we just have to make sure we can keep the momentum going and continue to have the big winners on the big days, because they're the things that really get you noticed. And
well, you had plenty of those riding. Is there one particular race as a trainer now that you would love to win?
Oh, sure, listen, my plan, my aim this year, we won a Group 2 last year. My aim this year, my goals this year will be to try and win a Group 1. That's they're the races that matter. They're the races you're counted on. Group 1s, as I said, they're the races that everybody wants to win. It's not going to be easy, but that's the focus this year, to try and win a Group 1 race.
And before we let you go, Johnny, you've got to give us a horse to follow. Perhaps a 2-year-old?
A 2-year-old? Well, I haven't done much of my 2-year-olds at the moment, but we've a nice Kodiak going at the moment. Nice Kodiak and a nice Kalachi. They're unnamed at the moment, so be unfair. But they're the most forward 2-year-olds I have at the moment. And of the older horses, we've got the horse that was third in the Racing Post, Altruistic. So we're really excited about him. He's by Galileo. He's going to stay well, and hopefully he can make the necessary progress from 2 to 3 and be up there running all the top races this year.
Now, how do you feel when you get up this morning now? You know, you had your first day as just a trainer, 100%. You must be very excited about what lies ahead.
I don't feel much different. I don't feel any different, really. It probably hasn't sunk in yet. As they're reading the papers this morning, having a cup of tea, it's just a reminder of what I did as a jockey. But I feel much the same. I know now it's going to be hard. If this is your living now, you're going to have to focus even, more on it. But I'm very happy with my decision. I know it's the right one. I know it's going to benefit my training. And listen, I'm going to be an easy trainer to ride for, as long as you win.
What a lovely note to end on. Thank you so much to Johnny. God bless to you and your family, and best of luck to the whole team. I'm sure you'll make it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Johnny.